morning, everybody. Today we are working with K&M Tree Service again, which you might remember they were I did a video with them a couple videos ago. Maybe I'll link that in the description if you want to go check that out. But today we have ourselves a super fun project. We have a huge white oak tree that's a no cleanup job. There's not even a lot for obstacles here. They end up taking down the power line between the house and the garage there. And so all we gotta do is fold this thing up and not tear up the trees around it. And that's pretty much it. We got the GRCS strapped to the bottom of the tree, and we're gonna use it to fold these limbs up and then lower them down. Some of them we can just kind of send and free fall where they are, but for the ones that we can't, GRCS is gonna be the berries, as I like to say. I'm gonna jump up in a tree and we'll get started. Alrighty, so we're up in the tree now and we got all of our rigging set up. We even cut off some branches down there, rigged a couple, free falled a couple. There's plenty of area to work with down there, so we just send them down. Wasn't anything great to watch, so I'll have some more of that anyway later in this video. But our tie-in points up there and our rigging points here in the good strong wood. And now that we've got this channel opened up between the block and the ground, we're gonna be able to stand some of these other limbs up and to the block really easily. And it's gonna be super smooth, super good, and it's gonna untangle this whole tree really fast in really big pieces, and it's gonna be great. Okay, we're back down in the bottom of the canopy to some of our lower limbs now because we want to rig this limb off. It reaches out over the house, and we could conventionally rig it down in like 2 or 3 pieces, something like that. But I've got it tip tied up there, and we're gonna pull it and we're gonna lift it with the GRCS, and we're gonna stand this whole thing up in one piece and lower it down in one piece, and it's gonna be great. Now, some things to consider is that it does have some bottom weight up there, and so it's not gonna hang perfectly straight. And so when it comes off, it's gonna wanna push the butt into the tree. And so that's important for us to make sure we protect ourselves by being behind something. But I'm gonna go ahead and notch the top, cut the bottom, and then we'll have the ground man down there pull on it with the GRCS. Alrighty, I don't like to leave a super thick hinge on here because we got to fight that hinge when we're lifting, and to have the weight of the limb plus the hinge, it can just turn into a lot. Alrighty, Matt, go ahead. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop there. It's starting to load that drill pretty good, so I know that it's not gonna go a whole lot farther. So I'm gonna go ahead and snip this hinge off. There it goes. That was nice and calm, just the way we like it. If I can get my lanyard straightened out here. Yes, go ahead, Matt, and you can start lowering. Nice and gentle. How many wraps are on that, Matt? 3 wraps, okay, so it's not as heavy as I was thinking it might be. Keep on coming, it's coming down nice. Yeah, go ahead and grab the butt with the mini there. Nice, nice. Keep going there, Kendra. Go ahead and stretch that thing out. Okay, so 46 steps, and how long is your foot? Oh, you got a 12-inch foot? Well, perfect, so that was 46 feet long. That's awesome. That's why I love this thing, because that would have been how many rigs without that? That would have been at least, well, more than one for sure. Alrighty, on to the next one. Alrighty, so we moved over to this side of the tree now, and we got this top, and it leans over this other white oak we don't want to damage, and so it's not leaning super hard, but it's leaning hard enough that, you know, the hinge is going to be under a lot of stress. So we got a tag on it just to make sure it goes the right way. But I cut a scissors wheel here because I wanted these fibers on this side of the hinge to have the best chance at holding on for as long as possible as they could. So it was kind of experimental. I mean, if it works on the ground, I don't know why it wouldn't work in the tree, but I don't like using this to as something I depend on. Just something to give us a little better chance. We're in a situation where if things went really wrong, it would probably end up going down over there and brushing all those tips. So I think it's okay to use it here, but I don't know, we'll see how it works out, see if it even makes a difference. Keep an eye right in here. I'm gonna get the bark off so you can see. I'm gonna cut this up to the hinge point here and see if this wants to separate right in here. That's when you know his wheel is working. I think it worked. You can see some of the separation right there. I did cut it off on the bottom side a little too early, and you can see the impression of the chain there, actually, where it pinched my chain. You probably noticed that as I was making the cut. So I could have cut a little better, but it did do what it needed to do, and it held on this side. I don't think we touched a single stick on that other white oak tree. And there it is. Happy with that. All right, as you can see from our shadow there, the tree's pretty well stripped out. We've got this piece of wood right here that we're gonna take off, and we could do a bunch of different things. It could be flipped around, but we can do the least amount of shock loading if we lift it. So because it's mostly vertical, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make it cut this way, and we'll stand it up just a little bit that needs to stand up, and then cut it the rest of the way off, and it'll be nice and easy and non-violent. Okay, go ahead and crank a little more. That's good, a little bit more. That's good right there. Look at that. Okay, you can come down with it. And just like that, no shock loading, nothing. Now, obviously that could have been done without a porta wrap. You know, there's a lot of different options that could have been utilized for that. You probably could also free fold it. I just didn't want to because I didn't want to go tearing up the stuff that we have on the tree down there. But that's a handy solution. It didn't cost us anything extra time-wise because we already had the GRCS set up and it was just easy peasy, and there it was, you know? Just the way we like it. Alrighty, we're down to the last branch in this tree, except aside from the top anyway. So we're gonna make our notch on the top right here, and we're gonna fold it up. And that's just because that beech tree over there prevents us from sending the stuff the way gravity wants to take it. Now, we could do alternative things. We could mid-tie it and send those pieces around and do a couple rigs and have it done. But why would we? We don't have to. So we're not going to. I know, that's profound. But yeah, I just want to show you guys. So here we go. We went ahead and already pre-tensioned it so I can make the back cut without it sagging and pinching the saw. That's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and back up just a little bit so that way I'm not right next to it when it comes off. All right, go ahead and lift on that. Oh, looky there, it's even gonna rotate off the hinge. Yep, keep going. That's good, stop. We'll give it a little tickle. Now we gotta be careful because the way this is sitting here, it looks like the butt's gonna have a lot of force towards the tree when it finally levels out. So I'm just gonna nibble away at the other side of the hinge where it's hanging on a little bit, and I think the weight is gonna hold it right here unless the wind wants it to rotate around or something like that. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's free. We're gonna have you go ahead and go up to get it off of that stub. I think that'll go easier than going down. Yep, I'm clear as I can be. Yep, there it goes. Nice. Okay, you can go ahead and come down with it now. Yep, let her come on down. Looking good, looking good. Thank you for being careful around that rope. Yeah, you're clear of the tree. Alrighty, we got all the limbs off, so now it's time to send the top out of this thing. I got a rope in it. I got the guys pulling down there towards the road, and we're gonna just notch it and drop it. And it's self-pieced. All right, now it's time to get down and throw this log on the ground. cow, I felt that thing jiggle my feet. Well, looky there, that's a mighty interesting discovery. I would say that's a wind shake, but it's unusual that it has these cracks that come out this way and that way. It looks kind of shaky to me. Like the wood's a little discolored in there and that kind of thing, but quite peculiar. Well, that wraps up that tree. I had to get out of there kind of fast because I got a family event I'm trying to get to tonight, so I want to make sure I get to that. But we did step that log off. It's around 40 feet long, and I think if we averaged the diameter, we'd say it's probably 36 inches in diameter. I think that'd be pretty fair to say from top to bottom. So I punched it into my little weight calculator app in my phone, and that put that log right around 20,000 pounds. And that is just, that's a lot of weight. So all that weight came crashing down. It was pretty incredible. Matt made the cut in the root flare there, as you saw at the end. And so that cut was right around 5 foot, right around 60 inches. He had a 48-inch bar on the 881 there, and so it wasn't quite long enough. There was about a foot that he wasn't able to cut, and so 48 inches plus a foot is right around 5 feet there. So it was a good day. It was a really nice day here, a sunny day in November, some nice light sweatshirt weather, and I'm really glad the tree came down like it did. So thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you on the next one, and I hope you have a great day the rest of the day.